U.S. launches Middle East airstrikes after soldiers' deaths. This is the start of our response. Friday's strikes come less than a week after three armed reservists were killed by an Iran-backed military attack in Jordan. The U.S. has begun retaliation strikes on Middle East targets, U.S. defense officials have told. The airstrikes are in response to the deaths of three U.S. service members last Sunday on a U.S. base in Jordan. The initial strikes by manned and unmanned aircraft hit command and control headquarters. In a statement, U.S. Central Command CENTCOM said the forces conducted airstrikes on more than 85 targets in Iraq and Syria against Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. IRGC force and affiliated military groups. CENTCOM said that the attack came at 4 p.m. East on February 2nd. President Biden put out a statement shortly after the strikes were confirmed Friday, warning, "If you harm an American, we will respond." The past Sunday, three American soldiers were killed in Jordan by a drone launched by militant groups backed by Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Earlier today, I attended the dignified return of these brave Americans at Dover Airforce Base, and I have spoke with each of their families, the president said. He added, "This afternoon, at my direction, U.S. military forces struck targets at facilities in Iraq and Syria that the IRGC and affiliated military used to attack U.S. forces. Our response began today. It will continue at times and places of our choosing. The United States does not seek conflict in the Middle East or anywhere else in the world. But let all those who might seek to do U.S. harm know this. If you harm an American, we will respond." U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin echoed Biden in his statement, following the attack on U.S. and coalition forces in the northeastern Jordan this past Sunday that killed three U.S. service members at President Biden's direction. U.S. military forces today conducted strikes on seven facilities, which included more than 8,500 targets in Iraq and Syria that Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and affiliated militias used to attack U.S. forces. He continues, "The agency said that forces conducted the strikes with numerous aircraft, including two B-1B bombers. The airstrike also used more than 125 precision munitions. The 85 targets included command and control operations, intelligence centers, militia groups, rockets, missiles, unmanned vehicles, storage, and supply chain facilities," CENTCOM said. All of Friday's airstrikes were conducted by U.S. warplanes, not naval vessels, according to senior defense official. The airstrikes come after drone strikes killed three U.S. troops in Jordan last week. The fallen troops were William Jerome, 46, Kennedy Landon Sanders, 25, and Brennan Alexander Moffett, 23, all of who were from Georgia. Biden previously said he holds Iran responsible for the attack because they supplied the weapons to the people who perpetrated the attack, but also noted that he does not wish to escalate tensions with the Islamic Republic. The Republican House Speaker noted that since Hamas' unprecedented attack on Israel on October 7, U.S. troops have suffered more than 150 attacks in the Middle East. Johnson argued that it is long overdue for the Biden administration to admit that its Middle East foreign policy has been disastrous. "We have suffered more than 150 attacks on U.S. forces, lost American lives, and spent billions of dollars in the region since October," Johnson said, "It is long overdue for the Biden administration to admit that its strategy of appeasing Iran has been disastrous for the international community and regional stability. We must stand firmly against those who would harm Americans, propagate terror, or threaten our allies." Now it is the time for President Biden to wake up to the reality that his policy of placating Iran has failed. He said, "To promote peace, America must protect strength." Mike Pompeo, the Secretary of State during the Trump administration, said that the strikes will only succeed if they convict Iran to stop pushing its proxies to attack Americans' personnel anywhere in the world. The single measure of their effectiveness will be whether they deter further Iranian aggression, Pompeo told Fox News. Not just jet aggression in Jordan or Iran, but Iranian attacks on U.S. interests anywhere in the world, support for Hamas and Hezbollah against our ally Israel, and Iranian attacks on military and commercial vessels in the Red Sea included, he explained. Pompeo said that to succeed due to the Biden administration's delayed response, the White House will need to display a willingness to impose real costs on Iran. To achieve this, after such a delayed response following the killing of 3 Americans, we will take a level of seriousness and willingness to impose real costs on Iran we have not seen to date, he added. This failure has caused escalation that will not stop until the Biden administration, along with our allies, restores deterrence.